Hello everybody. So I wanted to do a quick video here. Actually, I'm not sure how quick it'll be, but I was going to take this down, take a look at it on the inside, and I figured what the heck, I'll bring you guys along with me. This is the Microtech D.o.c. Sure you guys are aware of it. It's a Strider Microtech collaboration. Sorry about the shadow there. But let's just get right into it. There's lots of reviews on this knife, but I did a Microtech whale shark takedown video, which seemed to be quite popular, so I figured I'd do the same on this one. One thing that I'll mention is this looks like a very proprietary pivot screw here, but you can actually take it, adjust it and whatnot with a 3/16 inch hex, and so that's what we're going to do here. No, I've never found Loctite or anything on any of the Microtechs, which is nice. I appreciate that. So you can see no marring or anything. Works quite nicely. And what it does is, you can see it catches 3 of those walls there. So, just a little tip there for you. Now the rest of these screws, you will need a specialized tool. I got this one at modelanddie.com, I think, and it works real well. So anyway, let's just keep moving here. This is just a really fancy part of a screwdriver. But this wrench will fit into any hex type driver, screwdriver. I like this knife quite a bit, but it's really heavy. I mean really heavy. But again, lots of videos on that, so a little over 7 ounces, I believe. Now this feels really light, actually, surprisingly. Piece of steel for the thumb stud stop. See where the bearings ride there. This is really light. This piece of aluminum. Blade, I got the black blade version, hoping that it would kind of cover up the kind of ugly grind lines here, but it is visible even on the black blade version. So if I would have known that, I probably would have got the satin, because I do like satin, but I was hoping the black blade would cover that up, but it didn't. I like the black blades too. I think they're cool. So there's the blade here. You can see the d.o.c. I think this is d.o.c. is wearing off, which I did notice it's getting smoother as time goes by. You can see the size of the pivot here. Nice big thick pivot. When you put these back together, the balls are, the captured bearings are taller on one side. Hopefully we can get that. And that side goes towards the blade. On both sides. A little less obvious maybe here, but it's the same. Let's just keep going. I did fix the pocket clip, at least to a certain extent. The pocket clip on this was even worse than the whale shark. What I did was take and bent. This was sticking straight up, so I bent that over. I did that. I marred it a little bit, but I'll be able to get that out with the grinder when I'm going to round this off. And then actually, even just bending this made it quite a bit better. Rounding it off will probably bring it around to an actually quite a good pocket clip. So the lock bar here is held in by the 2 pocket clip screws, and then one more that's actually underneath the pocket clip, and then that'll come out, I would assume. Really tight tolerances, it's a tight fit, but I can feel it wiggling. Yeah, there we go. So here's our lock bar. Actually not sure if this is stainless or titanium. I would guess it's titanium, but I'm not totally sure. And then these will come off as well. I'm not going to do that, but you can see the lock bar interface comes off. Just screws right on. And it must be the backspacer that's making this so heavy. Because again, the scale is really light. So here's the inside of your whale shark right here, or the, excuse me, d.o.c, Death on Contact. Really tight tolerances. Again, it's a nice knife. The detent is very strong. I mean, incredibly strong. It's starting to break in a little bit now, but it was really strong when I first got it. There is no over travel on this. I've seen some people mention that there is. There is not. Like on the whale shark, this piece will stick down and stop you from pushing the lock bar out too far. It doesn't have that. There's actually nothing to stop over travel on this knife. And then obviously the backspacer just gets screwed to both sides. Got your little lanyard hole there. And that's the inside of your Microtech D.o.c. I'm not going to take the other side of this off. I'm going to just start putting it back together again at this point. So you can see the third screw here. This actually goes underneath the pocket clip. Put that back on. And then the pocket clip has a nice little milled out area for the pocket clip there. So it only go in one way. And these also support the lock bar. I want to make sure there's some marks on the aluminum. I want to make sure get that lined up. Right there. And then tighten that one down. Nice and tight. Third one. And these screws are shorter, so you can tell them apart than the body and the backspacer screws. Now I'm going to put the pivot in, like so. Take one of my bearings here, captured bearing system, put that down, blade on. I'm going to leave it open at this point. Again, you want the part that sticks out farther, the one side of the ball stick out further on the captured system there. Our handle scale goes back on, and the tolerances are really good on this, so make sure you get it closed all the way. Like you can see, there's a larger space. There we go. Make sure those are even. I'm actually going to put the pivot in first this time. Use my 3/16 inch hex to tighten that down most of the way. Oops. You want to keep it flat so it doesn't pop out. keep it flat so it doesn't make any marks. Make sure we're riding flush there, which it looks like we are. Put the scale screws back in. I don't tighten them all down until the end after I close it a couple times, but I just snug them up, kinda, you know. Make sure we have no spaces or anything. Looks good. Check our action. Yeah, not tight enough on the pivot, that's for show. I don't know if you could hear it, but it was actually rubbing the scale. And you can go pretty tight on this actually. And because of the bearings it'll... So that's pretty nicely centered, right about where it was. This thing does flip good, that's for sure. And now I'll go back and tighten up the body screws. Make sure they're all snug. Like so. Again, very strong D10 on this. And I'm going to finish up that pocket clip probably, hopefully this weekend. So that was inside of the Microtech Death on Contact. And I noticed they used to write Death on Contact, now it just says d.o.c, manual action. I prefer that rather than them writing out Death on Contact, most definitely. So there we are, guys. As always, thanks for watching, appreciate it very much. And don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you on the next video.